on a very serious note, very serious.
Mm-hmm.
The Teamsters right now, nationally, I mean, there's no way around it. They can't endorse Trump, I guess, because, just because. It's like black people admitting that they're voting for, anything but Democrats. It's like, can't go against the grain. Can't jump off the plantation, of course. But right now, Trump is smoking Harris among Teamsters in all 50 states.
Yeah.
That should frighten them.
So I read...
Yes.
So I read an article about this and why they didn't come out and say it. They, just say that they were endorsing Trump because the top brass does not endorse Donald Trump. But when they did an inner poll of Teamsters, right, it was clearly, overwhelmingly, they all do not like her, and they all polled as being supportive or going to vote for Donald J. Trump. So what they chose to do, instead of going over the Teamsters' heads, the guys who actually work, men and women who actually do all the work, they decided that they were not going to endorse Kamala either. So this year, they're just neutral, right? They decided they were going to be neutral this year.
I don't understand what neutral means, but...
Well, they weren't going to endorse either one.
I do. I'm being facetious.
The
come on, let's
go.
At the
top, but
let's
it's
go.
Quite clear that everyone who's the actual workers in this country and our Teamsters, it's quite clear who they're going to vote for.
Of course, we have this Pennsylvania thing going on. Let me tell you how critical Pennsylvania is. He wins Pennsylvania, it's over for them. You know that, right?
It's critical. We have to win it.
Well, listen to this. How much of an impact do you think President Trump had when he got shot in Pennsylvania? Huge. Got a lot of sympathy from people in Pennsylvania. He was the American badass, we'll say, right?
Yeah.
He was the American badass. So that was a positive.
Well,
secondly,
not only that, but it was a liberal who tried to assassinate him.
A liberal tried to assassinate him, and also this fracking thing that's going on. She's flip-flopped. How many times?
There's nobody who believes her either.
Nobody should believe her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just basically Kamala Chameleon, okay? That's all she is.
Rasmussen is doing something extraordinary this year. They are picking each swing state and they are polling actual people who are registered to vote. So it's clear across the board and even on both sides. And it was the damnedest thing I have ever read, right? Women are going to vote for Kamala Harris, right? Even though they don't believe that she is going to, and we're talking Pennsylvania, and even though they don't believe she's going to help the economy, but they say also in other questions, they answered that the economy was the most important thing to them, right? And I believe abortion was down 13%. But they believe Kamala Harris is going to fix everything.
Watch this. This right here should be a career ender for her. Okay? This was an unearthed clip that Jack Posobiec found and posted it. And here she is talking about fracking. Here it is. This should end her career.
It doesn't,
Just this one.
I am committed to passing a Green New Deal, creating clean jobs, and finally putting an end to fracking once and for all.
Mama Kamala just don't give a frack.
That's right. Just don't give a frack. She has been anti-fracking right from the very beginning. Now, if you are a Pennsylvania voter, all right, you cannot trust. I mean, seriously, for her to pull up stakes with fracking is disastrous, okay? Drill, baby, drill is the way that we need to get out of this mess. President Trump is going to do that. Now, this regime did the exact opposite. We have more oil reserves than Russia and Saudi Arabia combined. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So here's another clip with Kamala. Let's check this out. Watch this. A black mother's story. You should feel compassion about this one.
I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding.
I want money.
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
And I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I have sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is a hereditary disease and it is very, very painful.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house and they started banging on the door. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my Shayla.
We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
In 1776, the founders of this nation gave us something that had never existed before: a government by the people. We've had our ups and downs, learned and grew, and bled for freedom. Over time, we, the people, became distracted by the success that our hard-fought freedoms brought us. And bad people saw an opportunity. as we traded our birthright for cheap entertainment. Our rights, our voice, and our power has been whittled away. Until now. Introducing Republic, an entirely new kind of social media. Republic focuses on local, giving activists, organizations, candidates, and small businesses the power to inform, organize, and act, all in a single place, enabling you to be the local hero your community desperately needs. No more covering up the truth. No more advertising-funded news. No more data mining. This is how we rebuild, rekindle, and restore our republic.
My fellow American patriots, I'm Colonel Douglas McGregor. By now, we should all know that as a talk show host, Pete Santilli has been fighting to defend our constitutional republic for over 13 years. As a U.S. Marine whose oath never expires, he's now calling upon you to do your part, to inform your community and step up as an American hero to help save our republic from being overtaken by communism. Join today and save 33% off your membership. Join now. Visit republic.us/Santilli. That's republic.us/Santilli.